Start recording. Okay, yeah, that's, I think, my intro, isn't it, guys? Alright, so here. That's a typical video of what I wanted to do and what I have done. So, as you know, I always said that I usually have always an OpenMediaVault up server running, and I haven't had one because last time I said, yeah, I killed one. So, having said this, it's back. So here's my OMV. So what I did is, because, you know, everybody is making now FIGO videos, making money with it. It's okay that companies make marketing and stuff like that, but just imagine, I mean, so I will call this unread FIGO, OpenMediaVault, and stuff like that, right? So NAS operating systems. I have 3 unread license, Base, Pro, Base Plus and Pro, and I bought them when they were very, 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 very cheap. And compared what is now, their lifetime, right? So, and they're grandfathered in, so that's okay from, well done from unread. And unread is very, very, very powerful. So there is no doubt about it. It has lots of good things going. But now let's come back to reality here. We're living in a world where the Babylon system doesn't want you to have a computer. That means everything is increasing, right? So everything is increasing. You, like a hard drive I bought for, I don't know, let's say $170, $160. Now you pay $600 for it. Same hard drive, same old thing. Yeah, so what I recommend, and I think I said that before, when you have old hard drives, you make use out of them. So what I have, for example, I have got, I mean, first I try to deduplicate, right, and to get rid of lots of things. Like I got 2 terabyte of ISO files, and also my YouTube videos, lots of them, I don't need them, I think, so I can throw stuff away, making space. Because I want to have as less hard drive spinning as possible, so that I have these who are still good, which are still good. I can put them beside, because I've got 3 here in a little of these static bags, and they're ready to go if I need them. But I still have to get rid of far more. I've got, as I said, I was not just distro hopping, I was also server hopping, and I deduplicated a lot. And I have to get through the mess. And I have to figure out, do I really want these things, which I hoarding it? Yeah, you can become a digital hoarder. So that can be very extreme too. So having said this, now you can use every hard drive you have. So I'll show you a little bit. So I have a little mini PC. You know how a mini PC looks like. And it has USB things. And there are certain USB cable which you can just plug in any hard drive and plug it in a USB port. They all have USB 3 now, these mini PCs. And it gets powered nicely. And but one of these cable costs around $12, $14, $15, some Canadian, of course, from China da. So these kind of dollars. And this is just, if you buy 4, that is, I don't know, $60 plus tax. It's quite a lot. So I had, for a long time, I got this thing running, flying around. I have this for almost 10 years. 10? No. Yeah, for almost 10 years. I think it's already USB 2. At least my constant speed is 35 megabits per second. It's slow, let's say. But you can see, that's a hard drive which I marked red before, and I made an OK question mark. That's here right in front of me. That's in front of that's my screen. This is my dusty top. Because you can see, you can't see. There are screws and everything. My laptop is here on the right. This part here goes to my laptop, and then there's another screen behind, which I hardly ever use. However, having said this, so you can see I plugged my USB port in, dropped this hard drive in, and this is a hard drive. I just reformatted it again, and it has only run 595 days. And it wasn't powered on all this time. It just showed me that. So it's a laptop hard drive, and it doesn't have too many start-stops. It's a terabyte. It's 1 terabyte, guys. Do you know what you pay for this nowadays? So, and I have it as my, in a moment, it's my sole drive. As you can see, I've got, so that's my OpenMediaVault, right? I call it G4, usually, because something from that mini PC is called G4. So G4 sounds good, so that's what it is. Here I call it just G4. Yeah, okay, I call it G4 here too. So that's my dashboard. You can see I've got 12 or 16 gigabyte RAM. 16. Oh, this is not pretty. That's not bad. An Intel CPU. So that means quick sync and 4 cores. That's not too bad. These are Docker updates. I'm not too sure if I want to update my Dockers right now because they're running nicely and I like them running. Of course, let's get into this. One thing I have to say ahead of time. So there is a nice series from Someday Soon. That's his YouTube channel, Someday Soon. So he made just a few months ago a video about home loving, self-hosting and all that stuff. So he has lots of other things, but he has quite a few of those. And he made a very nice series, I would call it, about OpenMediaVault. So this is a guy who actually uses it. I use them always too. Otherwise I couldn't crash them. And my computers and servers have to really do heavy lifting. It's not just I'm using a computer for browsing the internet or checking every now and then an email. I'm doing stuff. Every computer suffers here with me, and they have to. That's how I can test them. Well, if I just tell you I don't even install, just to mention, I fire this up in a VirtualBox, an ISO file, and tell you how great it is and everything like that. And so you trust me then and say, yeah, you know what, the ZME Linux rule number 1 is always right, so I just run one of those. And then you install it on your laptop, which is usually the machine you need the most because it has to be available whenever you need it. You have to grab it and it has to work. So when you grab it and you go to work and you need to do something and you figure out it's crashing on me. Oh, this program is crashing. Oh, this is not working. Oh, dear me. Yeah, your day is screwed. If you're lucky, it's just your day screwed. It could get very, very bad wrong. So I like to run this program. I'm still here on what's it called with the pound here, Lily Dog. It's on Trixie 13. Yes, it has systemd. I hate that. And still has the broken Xorg, which is also terrible. But I installed it for a while. I wanted to test it. I'm still testing it. I only have Word Manager running, but this is good enough. I just need one virtualizer. So, and if you go back here, you see that's my old screen. So I use this as my hard drive holder. To be honest, because I've got, how many I could resurrect a few of my solid state hard drives, which I had running with Ceph, and Ceph kills them. Oh, dear me, Ceph is a permanent reading writing, so don't do it. If you're a poor guy like me and you have to, you struggle buying new drives or getting drives, don't do it. Don't use Ceph. Better get, I don't like ZFS too much either. ZFS, I use it. I have a few 8 terabyte hard drives, chucked ones, of course. You know, I was always a poor guy, I guess. And they have some errors. So if you put 2 in a mirror, ZFS is self-healing. So if the other one has a CRC error or whatever, they're just fixing each other and it seems to work just fine. So I've got 2 of those. 2 8 terabyte mirrors. And I put data on which I don't really need much, and I play around with it and copy stuff and the same here. There's no life-saving data on it. There's some, my family videos you want to see. Copies, of course, yeah. And the stuff you want to look and see and watch up, maybe some YouTube videos and things like that. You watch it on TV because I've got Jellyfin running, of course, behind a VPN. You have to run everything through a VPN. Think about data thieves, data brokers, and identity theft. So that's why you have to protect always everything. Nobody needs to know what you do in your privacy as long as you don't do anything wrong. Right? Right. Rule number 1. So, then I was thinking, because I have another box here. I've got actually 2 boxes, and I've got a few, I think they're 4 core. I've got a Pentium 4. I think they're 4 cores, and I've got still some Intel 2 cores, and I've got an Intel 4 core here. So I've got quite a few motherboards flying around, which I can run as a server. But the idea of mine was running this mini PC. I think it runs idle on 7 watts. Well, let it be much, let it be 12 now. And with that little thing, this doesn't take much either. So if I would buy a case, first the case cost here in China, the cheap one, $170. That is then for 5 hard drives. It's still not bad. It's a DAS, right? It's a USB port. 5B enclosure. But here I can easily see what I got. I can plug it in and out, kind of. And I did actually show. I wanted to try because it's very, very easy in OpenMediaVault. So, and I want to try some hard drives out and play around. But 2 is a little bit too little because I like to run snap rate. Yeah, so I use, in the moment I don't use Merger FS because I wanted to have everything on this hard drive, and there's just certain things on this one. And I want to put another hard drive in, and in the moment I just want to have certain things in that one. So you can still make the Merger FS and you can still run SnapWrite on it. And maybe later I want to expand it and have a certain folder which I maybe just call media, and put family photos and videos and music together in this. And then I might not care much in which drive it goes, because I might have done enough tests to trust what I got. So I just make it easy on myself and put Merger IFS on and SnapRate. So you need a minimum of 3 disks for that, right? So that would be a nice idea. You can get that here in China now, 4 base for $75. Yeah, that is half price of $170. Yeah, that's even more, $170. Yes, you get a fan blowing over, but look, this is fresh air. It doesn't need a fan. That's what I like. You see what's going on there. Yes, this is dusty. I never cleaned it really. I just went with my finger over it, as you can see. Typical maintenance. And so that's the idea. Because in the moment I'm just playing around. I might end up and put it in a computer case. Having said this, if I want to put it in a computer case, where is my thing? You will see that my system runs on storage disks. Oh, and by the way, people think that's always complicated. It isn't. So it's a 512 gigabyte NVMe. That means if I use the built-in backup version here, I'll need another hard drive like this size. And you can see this one here. It is smaller. This is smaller than this, so I can't even duplicate this. Back it up on this. And you know, SSDs are getting very, 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 very expensive. So I'm not too keen having big ones. So the way I would do it, I would just use rescue, not clone disk, rescue disk or something like that. I'll tell you what I call it. ISOs. Where is it? Zilliqa. Yeah, that's what I made a video about that too. So all you got to do is, because if you have a look, capacity, where's the file system? I think then we can see more of file system. Here NVMe, I'm only using 7.24 gigabyte. So if I want to put that now in a drive, I can't get the NVMe out. I don't want to do that to that mini PC. I don't want to take it apart. So I would just go with Zilliqa, make this partition maybe, I don't know, 60 gigabyte. Then I make a drive image of it and copy that drive image on a, I don't know, 120 gigabyte hard drive or something like that. I still have some of these SSDs flying around. I put it on this, and then I can put it wherever I want, right? Having said this, I tried to install OpenMediaVault on a USB stick. I haven't been successful for a long time to do this. I would have loved USB stick, because once it's booting up, because you're not booting permanent. In the beginning, when you install a lot, there's lots of booting, but after that, you don't do much anymore, right? Creating folders, remote folders. So having said this, OpenMediaVault, because people say, oh, if you want to delete a storage or take a drive out. Yes, so how do they call it? Referenced. So it's pretty simple. If you want to do something, you need a hard drive. If you had a hard drive, you need to have a file system. If you have a file system, then you need a folder. If you have a folder, you might want to share it with SMB or NFS, so you have to make a share folder. So if you want to delete this folder now, then of course you have to go the step backwards. Do I have an SMB share, an NFS share? Yes, delete this. Then you go to the folder. If the folder is empty, and then you delete it from there, and then you can even change the hard drive. The beauty you have here, you see shared, they call that shared folder, but these are just the folders on the hard drive. The SMB shares, they're called also shared folders. Here shares, right? They're just called shares, but they're called normal folders, shared folders. A share, yeah, kind of. So if I wanted to change this, and I did, that's my Borg mount. I got to this later. Docker data, let's say downloads. So if I want to change this, I just edit this, and then look, I can use this drive and use a different drive. Ding, right? And the only thing is, if I have download used in, let's say, RARs or whatever, right? So you might have a CD or DVD or Blu-ray collection, and you have no ripping opportunities. So then you can use something like RAR. Let's say if you have Friends as a TV show, then you can just download it with RAR, with NZB get, and then you get it. This is you get the NZB and then you get the video, because you literally have it anyway, right? So however, that's how you can do it. And the only thing is you have to change the path. And it's not like in earlier days. In earlier days you had to go in a browser, find this one here, the absolute path. Here you can just click on it, doink, see, copy to clipboard. Now you have it. And if it's on the same drive like your system disk, then it just looks like that. There is no SRV, because every other disk gets under SRV. So that's interesting. For example, if you want to make a backup and you want to avoid getting all these drives backed up too, then you just exclusion SRV /* or something. Then you have them all blocked. You see they're all different SRVs with a UUID. But so I recommend someday soon. That is the channel from this guy. Oh, he has a motorbike and some mechanical stuff, and but he's also organizing it. It's, in my opinion, it's definitely worth watching. I'm subscribed with him for a long time, but I didn't get notification. I think that's just what happens nowadays, that notifications don't get out anymore. And so here's a very nice, because he goes with BorgBackup in a terminal, and you know I'm the clicking guy, so I click around. So when you go here in services, BorgBackup, and when people see this, they say, oh, holy moly, how I'm going to do this, because that looks complicated. It is almost as easy, not what almost, I would say it is as easy as water or anything else, any backup tool. So all you got to do is, let's say, local backup. And local backup means even your Zamba share. Yeah, because if you go with SSH, for example, to my Orville NAS station, yeah, to my Orville server, Orville needs to have BorgBackup running in order to serve this as a repository. Yeah, Orville is my repository holder, and that doesn't work, right? So what you can do is, it's local. Remote would be the SSH thing, and local is, I can go local, shared folder, HD media, do docker, bookmark, no, media on that, no, we don't want that, no. So we go in Orville, and I go in backup, OMV Docker, let's call it that way. Alright, so we go back in OMV. I think I have to, where is it? So it always clinks, we go out here first. So we have to go in remote mount. So we go to storage, that's where it is, remote mount. And look, oh yeah, here it is. It looks so complicated. Mounted? No, it's not. But look, all you got to do, you have, you know, in your file manager on your Linux system, you have to go put in SMB column //, then the IP // and yeah, to get things done. And here you put your server IP in here. So SMB civ, that means it's an SMB, right? You could have also NFS, but it says it's an SMB. The name, I call it OMV backup, and it is on my server. That's the IP from my whatever it's called. I could call this, no, I can't, because that's a folder already installed. So it's the IP from my server. Shared path is backup, that's a folder on my Orville station. Username, Dirk, that's me. Monitored, yes, that means it will, as soon as, let's say, I reboot this thing, then it gets, of course, unmounted, because it's not there anymore. And when it fires up, and it gets mounted automatically. I haven't touched this, because I don't need to, it's monitored. So I say save, boink. Go like this, click yes. Yeah, that is the part which takes, oh dear me. Okay, that means it doesn't exist anymore, right? OMV backup. I think OMV backup doesn't exist anymore, so I'll just create that video then. Oh dear me, I might be embarrassing here myself. Let's see how we do it. So how did I do it? That's my backup server, and I call it OMV backup. So we'll just do it again then. I think I delete this thing and we start by 0. Then it's the easiest thing to do. Storage, remote mount, this one, delete, there it goes. So now I go, civ, name, I call it G4 backup. Oh, you know what? Oh, G4. I'll make it small for G4 backup under thing. Where is it? Often is that here my key pass goes in between. G4. Oh look, yeah, it's definitely doing. See, that's the one. So all I got to do here is log database. There we go. Now I can go in G4 underscore backup underscore Docker backup. Right, so now we know it's my Docker, the server. As I said, it's 120, so that is that. Shared path. It will just be backup. That's how the server is called. See, no slash before, no slash after, just the folder name. Username hasn't changed yet, that's still me. And here we have to go in and say so, monitored, yes, here it is. I don't touch these things here usual. Then I say save. Now I do this, who knows what that means. I think it's for deleting, and yeah. So let's see if that works. Usually it does work these things through. Dun, dun, dun. Please wait, the configuration changes are being applied. Dum, 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 dum. That's the only thing which takes a moment. See, it's green, all good. Now mounted, you see, it mounted it, and it will mount it automatically because it's monitored. So it's called backup. So now, if I go into my service, BorgBackup, click, here it is, repos. Now I can get my repo here and say that is my G4. Oh no, that is, yeah, G4 Orville. That's the server. Orville, oh no, G4 Docker on Orville backup. So then I know what it is. It's G4, that is my mini PC, and it is about Docker, and it goes to Orville in a folder backup. It's local because I will mount it. I did mount it, yeah, I created it in a. So then I go here, download Docker data. No, Docker. What? Okay. Now it goes down the drain. I copy this because I don't want to type this again. So storage, remote mount, name G4 Docker backup. But yeah, sometimes you have to reboot. I don't really want this unmount. No, it is mounted. Okay, we'll try again. Shared folder. Oh yeah, okay. So right, so I have to add it first. Here it is. You know, this is just what it is, right? I call it the same name, then I know what I got. And just for this purpose, we do it on everybody, so it makes it easy. Don't scrutinize me here. So click. So now I ask for the yellow thing. There it is. We confirm that. So I missed a step, you know. I was just so smart telling you how to go step by step, and now I missed a step. That's how you should triple and fall, right? All right. Now I think now we go back to BorgBackup, go to repos, click. Now we should have it available. Here we right clicks in the thing name. Local folder, even though it is here, it's actually an SMB share, but it's considered local. That means BorgBackup doesn't have to be installed on the other end, on the server, to make it work. My Orville has BorgBackup installed because I've got some things running through SSH, right? But I don't encrypt it yet, just to show you. No, we don't encrypt it for now. Storage quota also not. This is just to show off here. Yeah, then I say save, and yeah, it's green, created repo. We don't get a yellow thing. Oh yes, we do. Now we confirm it. So now we have a repo produced. This is it. That is that already. So now we go here back to BorgBackup. Compact. No, it should be in a different role, right? Yeah. Archive. That's called a Navota source. Service are a totally different thing. So I would have here repos, archives or source, and then compact and stuff. So let's go to archive. We want to have, and select repro, here it is. Compression type, we take ZST 9. So it goes from 0 to 22. 22 is the strongest. I've got 9, should be fine. Pass, new thing. So I go back here, that is Docker is this one. I click on this, click. So see, even it looks complicated. All you would have to do is, if you want to make a backup from downloads, you click on this here. You don't have to memorize or type this all. It's just a click and yeah. So I go for the Docker, click, here it goes. I go back to BorgBackup. Then I said includes. That's what we want. And here you could exclude, let's say if you make pictures, right? You have the knowledge disk or something, and they have the @EA folders. So you just put in in small EA and then the capital dir, and then it gets excluded, so you don't get these things. So retention, here it is. You could say retain every day, something like that. Having said this, this is my Docker folder, right? So if you want to make backups from Dockers, you got to shut them down. Someday soon, he has nice scripts because he does lots of good things. So he has lots of scripts there. I will show my script later, not today, not in this thing, because I would like you to have a look what he does. Because you might prefer the terminal, the way he shows it. It's also nice. I mean, clicking here, see, it goes fast. I'm just talking a lot here, I guess. Through daily hours 3:30, so it means early in the morning. We'll leave it on, let's say, for that, right? 7 daily. Run compact after backup and prune. So you could do that. That's maybe not every time. Yeah, 10%. Set minimum threshold to save space in percentage. Okay, so that would make sense, right? It just checks how much can you do, and then, okay, are we doing it? So this is good. It does it automatically. See, that is click and play. That's what I like, right? Yes, you will have options you can add on your endless chain on a terminal, or you make a script, right? He made a nice script, so that looks very easy too, because you can just add on without sweating too much. So scripts are, in this case, are a good thing. I like this far more. So, yeah, I want an email about it, list output, verbose, yes, I want to see that too. Run compact after backup and prune. We could switch that on. I don't need it yet. I'm not excluding anything. And I run it even though it makes no sense because my Dockers are running. So I say save. There it is. Wait for the yellow thing. Confirm. Yes. Yes, sir. I confirm here. It's done. So if you have this, you can actually use this. By the way, so we have this created now, right? So run with progress. So here it goes, Jellyfin, Potena, Sona, Prowler, Radar, and you couldn't see Gluetooth. So they all run through Gluetooth. They have to, because I like everything. So, see, that's with output. That's when, if you want to see it like this. We could have also gone to System, Schedule Task. Duran, look what it did. OMV Backup. So this has been created for us. I think at least, yeah, I think it did. So, because usually it does it. When you set this up for doing something, it gets created automatically in a scheduled task. You can, of course, change it. You can go in here, you can run it, but then you wouldn't have the verbal, the output, which I just showed you, right? Which was nice to see. I like it. And it's not enabled here, so Duran. So, because I manually switched it off. But it creates automatic a thing like this. So you have your script here. You can set whatever you want, you know, days or no days. And it's pretty neat. So what you could do now, you could use, if you want to, if you have that server, let's say you, like me, you don't have too much money, you don't want to spend too much money, but you like to play with computer, and the server nowadays is a very important privacy tool. Or like the British say, privacy tool, right? You need to have a server. Honestly, you need to have a server. You need to have a server. And look, this runs on a mini PC with a thing like that. Yes, it's running on yeah, it works. It works. And yeah, ZFS most likely would not work like that. But this works. And you can have snap rate running and merge FS and play around with that, doing your thing. So And you can go now to services, BorgBackup, here it is, and you can use that even as a backup for other things, as long as you can mount them. Let's say you have another server, but it's really just a naked server and you don't want to do much. So you mount what you want to back up as a Samba share and put it wherever you want it, on a different server, on a different hard drive. Maybe you add on here another hard drive and you say, oh, this is only for backups. I don't really need it in the system to do anything. This is just holding backup. So you have a local backup then, right? On a different hard drive. It's a backup, number 1. And then you're on other servers, number 2, and then on a different locations, number 3. That's how you usually want to have your backups, just in case things go pear-shaped, right? So, and then you can use this as your backup server too. And I remember when I was playing around with OMV, I think 4.3 maybe even, I don't know. But as soon as they had this BorgBackup and I looked at it, I said, oh shite, I can't get this worked out. This is so complicated, it's so difficult. It is not. It's just nobody shows you. Not really, right? So the thing is, someday soon he shows you how actually you can make easily scripts for yourself and run them. And to be honest, as I said, I will not show my script now because you can see what he did. Otherwise, I think my next video or the second or third from now, I will show how to make that script, which is easy to switch off your Dockers and to switch them on in the row you need, for example. Let's say all of my applications running through Gluetooth. That means Gluetooth has to run number 1. So that means you start this manually first as a single container, and underneath comes the do I have that here? I don't think I have it. Maybe I have it. Let me have a look. No, what we can do then is, boy, look what I got here, so much, no? Yeah, I'm playing around, and that's what I'm saying. My servers and my operating systems, they have to work. So, someday soon, I think XYZ. So, that's his thing. And that's his motorbike. I love it. I mean, I couldn't run motorbikes because I think my best friend saved my life. Because he always said, Dirk, he said, you know what, you have only 2 settings. It's either idle or full power. He said, you got nothing in between. And that's darn true. The fastest I ever drove where I could peak on my speedo, that was 287 kilometers per hour. But you can imagine, you just have a millisecond to see this because it's fast. So, and where is it? Fuse killer, favorite, self-hosting, my backup solution. I think here you can see it. Like here, this is what he got, right? This is the switch on and off for Docker. That switches off all Dockers, right? But when you start it up, like he has an example, he has a database here and Nginx, and then comes the terminal sequence which fires up all Dockers which are not fired up. Because, you know, if you have the database not running, you don't have to run anything else because it just can't connect and then it won't work. It's the same with Gluetooth. If Jellyfin fires up and can't find Gluetooth, then it crashes. It can't do it. Because that's my network. Yeah, Gluetooth is my network for Jellyfin and all the others. So Gluetooth has to start first and be running nicely. Yes, I have depend on, but still, I would still do it like he did it here, because that's a safe way to do. So and he has quite a few things here, but he has also a YouTube channel. So you can go here, YouTube, Duran, and then you end up on YouTube. But I don't go on YouTube here. That's MeTube. Yeah, don't confuse that with YouTube. I don't want to have, on my local browser, I do not want to have any YouTube. I do have Brave. That would be for YouTube. But as I said, I've got so many tabs open, I don't want to show them all. So that's his channel. But you can go on the website, yeah, his name.xyz, and then you click on YouTube, boom, you're there. So he has quite a few nice things there. And I'm the clicking guy. So now you know, we have this here, that's BorgBackup. So what do we have? We can add a change location, change quota if we have one, remove it. We can delete data, usual. Are we in the right thing? Repos. Oh, that's a repo, yeah. Then check if it's, that's usually integrity check of your BorgBackup. This is not an integrity check of the data from my OMV Docker folder. That only checks the integrity of the backup and can say, yeah, the integrity is good. So if the data is corrupted in my Docker folder, it will not see that. So export, extract. Extract is then, yeah, it puts it back in the folder where it came from. List, you can list it up. Compact, if you really want it now. Info. Now it shows you. And look, the duplicated size, I saved 1 megabyte here. That's massive. 1 megabyte and 0.03. So that is, no, not kidding. If you really do some massive backups, you will see that Borg is a miracle. BorgBackup is absolute a miracle. It's very, very nice. You can mount it. So here it goes. So if you say mount, on Unraid, on water, you cannot mount. You cannot mount. You can go extract and then you have to play around there. So, but I have a folder. Yes, you can see Borg mount. Yeah, that's one. Versioning, if you have versions, yeah, you have more than one. I've got only one backup, so I say mount. Now that is done. Now I go in my Sooner, and I have Borg mount already mounted. Here it is. G4 Docker Orville backup. Folder and folder. Here's my Docker folder, and that's everything what is here. Here are some of my compose files. Docker compose. Docker compose. So it's quite a lot. Yeah, Gluton Portainer, Jellyfin Portainer, NDBGAT Portainer, Prola, Radar Sonar. So all these little things are there. So let's go back and then. So we're on a Borg mount. So if I go back, and of course you have to, that's the thing, you have to think of it. You have to unmount it. Unmount it. So I go back here, I press F5, doink, and now it's gone. So and you see I've got shortcuts for it. No? And that's very easily done. So, do not fear. When you see this BorgBackup, it's a massive, amazing tool. I can only recommend it. I love it. I would say almost more, maybe even more now. And I'm a water guy. I liked water a lot. And now I must say, this plugin, BorgBackup, it's a miracle. It's amazing. It's so easy. I mean, OMV itself is so amazing. People think it's a simple software. No, it lets you do so many things. It does that FS if you really want it, but it has MDADM, so the normal Linux RAID system, right? It has, which I like far more. That is, what is it called? Oh, my name here. So here it is here on the bottom. MergeFS, and then combined with SnapRate. And I like this because on Unraid, every time you write, you have a live parity drive. So it's writing everything. When you write, the parity drive is writing. Having an 8 terabyte drive costing now, I don't know, 600 Canadian China dollars, that's lots of money. That is, I don't know if I want to have it running if I just write something on it. So I want to go away from it. That means my OMV folder server will stay. In a moment, it's where I watch my TV stuff and everything, listen to my music, and it does this. I mean, this hard drive is doing it. I had it marked red because it came out of a laptop where it was very, very doubtful. But I reformatted it. Everything seems to be okay. As I said, this is not my only copy. So if something goes down, then okay. But it doesn't give me any problems. And on Jellyfin, if I watch it on my TV, I can see no difference to the more powerful computer with the 8 terabyte hard drives or with this one. Maybe with an SSD could be a little bit faster, but nobody, my wife never complained. She doesn't even know. She has no clue that this, what we are watching, sits on a plastic dirty box like this with a hard drive from, I don't know how old. This is, I think, 2016. Just imagine, that's a 10 years old hard. Runs fine. Runs totally okay. It's not a beauty contest. It's run and serve the data and be resilient for reading, writing. SSDs are good if you have pure family photos or you have your music collection. Because once they're on, they don't get written anymore. Because solid state drives have limited life on writing, but almost unlimited life in reading. right? But these hard drives are made for read, write, read, write, read, write. So you write something and you might delete it later, and that's what they're good for. And they're doing the job. And I have quite a few. I've got 3 1 terabytes, 3 320 gigabytes, 2 250s, and a 500 gigabyte, all 2.5 inches. Then I still have a 2 terabyte, 3.5 inch, a 1 terabyte, 3.5 inch, which I'm not using for anything just yet. But, you know, so I was wondering if I buy at Amazon just a 4 bay box, and then with these 2 I would have 6. That cost me with tax maybe 80 China dollar. And instead of paying with tax almost $200 for a nice box, nice enclosure. Yeah, it has a fan, but here I don't need a fan. What for, to be honest? It's not that they're running hot, right? So, yeah, but what if you looked that far, let me know what you think about it. What would you do? Because, yes, I have to clean up, as you can see. That if you would see the whole thing, you might faint out. It's a little bit dirty and dusty and, well, just as it is. But moral of the story, OMV, I'll go in greater details when we do more things with it. It's an amazing platform. What these people from OpenMediaVault, they really did an amazing job. I mean, for free. Yeah, this is for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's always good to donate anything, because if you use it, if you just chip in $1 or $2, just imagine if there are 5,000 people downloading this, and these 5,000 people put $1 out, that's $5,000. That motivates them, that gives them a coffee, a bagel, and then they sit and typing and programming stuff to make you happy. I think this is fully worth it. Right? So usually that's what I do. I donate very little, usually one time in a year. I go around and spend some money on these people. As I said, I did it with XFCE, but this is not going to happen anymore, because they're wasting the money for no thank you. You know, no. Then people here like OpenMediaVault, they deserve it, and distros you use, right? If you keep using them, they're really worth it. They're actually worth it. So why not? I mean, $1 or $2, this is not much. If you have more and you want to give more, you really say, boy, that is an amazing thing. Then you can chip in $5 or $10. Don't have to, but you can. Maybe this year you can, maybe next year you can't. It doesn't matter. Then you do the next year after that. Whenever you can, you do. If you want to. You don't have to, right? So, having said all this, yeah, I can only recommend it. I mean, this is a stable platform. I can say, as I said, my computers, they get abused a lot. And you see that I'm not having the finest, latest hardware. You know, everybody can set up a server, and you buy a brand new hard drive and brand new cable and brand new cradles and brand new CPU and brand new RAM and brand new this. Of course it will run for a while. I mean, cars are a different thing now. Cars are made to run 30,000 miles, and then they're breaking down. And then your $90,000 truck without tax is ready to go in a bin. Well, in a trash can, right? So having said this, I can only recommend it. What did I do here? Yeah, cool. Did this, that. The update, I don't want to run that yet because it's fresh, it's Docker. I want to see if there are trouble ahead. So I'm not running updates just because there are updates coming in. If everything is running, ain't broken, don't fix it. That's what my strategy is. And I only was updating here because I wanted to see how far I can go if I see trouble ahead. I haven't had any trouble with the bare install. I haven't had any trouble afterwards. But they changed something here on OMV, on the magic they're doing, and that's why I updated. But in general, I do not run updates. Not so easily. What for? Honestly. Because you have to watch out with these updates. Now the world is destroying our computers and our fun. Even Linux Mint got under fire. You can't use our calendar. No, you can't call it GNOME calendar. Why not? Because it's a GNOME calendar. Well, I mean, don't get me started. Having said this, so try it out. Honestly, it's for free. And if you have, look at this. If you have an old computer running and you have a box like this, or can you even use a single cable? That's how I actually started. I have a normal cable, where you can plug it into a hard drive and plug it per USB in your computer, and that's how I started. So I'll give it a try. And when things work and out, and I like them. And I must say, the series of Someday Soon inspired me to put back my OMV solar server. From my 300 server, only one is running, but that's my super workhorse. But this runs idle on 65 watts. For me, this is a lot. I don't like it. This is a lot. So now the mini PC here with that 7 watt, I think I measured once, and I don't know what that cradle takes here. Let's have it another maybe 10 watts. So if I run 20 watts on it when it's running, because that's okay, isn't it? 20 watts by 4 hours. That's 240 watts. That in it, yeah. And then that multiplied by 30 days, 240 is 720. And then let's say 10 cent per kilowatt. I think this is okay. The thing is, because you might want to run this from a solar generator or whatever you got, right? Some solar power. And yeah. And you will see with these Dockers, and I mean, you can see I'm the lazy guy. Yes, I had to work it out again here, but let's see, where do we go? Portainer, that should be it. So I scrolled this up because this is my, on top is Glutoon, and this is my live compose file, so I didn't want to show you my password for my VPN. PUID, so I put the user ID, the root in, and the group ID is 100. So this is just users. You don't have it to do it like this, but as I said, this thing goes not online. It is sitting here at home. It will have no access to the internet except through updates and stuff like that. No service goes outside. Absolute nothing. Zero. Nada. So here's my Jellyfin. See, it runs on Glutoon. Depends on Glutoon. So you can do it like this. Yeah, if I do it like this, then it NZP get. Yeah, oh yeah, look, you have to always keep that. That's good now. Otherwise, it gives you error messages here. So when I go out, it will say save. No, I don't, because then it runs it again, and I know my file is good. I played around. Surprise! And here you can see network mode, container, Glutoon. Container, that's the network mode, and which container? Glutoon. That's how my container is called. And then time zone, of course. Here's the same. Network mode, container, Glutoon, this is Sonar. I didn't put them in a nice order. I should put something like Prola first, because that's the fastest. But they all depends on Glutoon. That means on the end they all work. But it would be nicer having Prola started first, because Sonar and Radar might need Prola. So I have to rearrange it one day. I don't want to now, because everything just works. When I rebooted, I had no problems whatsoever. It's all doing fine. So, there's my Jellyfin again. Having said this, I could put these compose files out too if somebody is interested, So if you're really an absolute beginner and you say, okay, Dirk inspired me, I've got no money, but I would like to run a server and OMV looks good to me, if somebody helps me. I mean, Someday Soon, he goes a little bit more detail, and I try to make it absolutely more user-friendly. I try to make it that somebody with no clue can sit there, copy paste, and has it running the way he wants it. Right? That's my idea, to make it as easy as possible. And I do it myself, right? I have little files where I just copy paste everything in, and I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Every time I do something with OMV, I just copy paste it in. The only thing I did now is, instead of single compose files, I just put them all in one. So I've got one thing, and then it's just going fine. So having said this, and the hurdle which I have now, because that's an NVMe, as we can see here, it's pretty simple. You take Rescuezilla, shrink the partition down to, I don't know, 60, 50, 30 gigabyte, whatever you want. I could try 30 gigabyte and then restore it on a USB stick, because that would be nice. But having said this, if you have this, you do want write cache. Because before OMV had something like that it can run in RAM. And my mini PC is not much in use. If you remember, I used it for some software I installed, and I had lagging. It was like stuttering every now and then. And even here with Trixie, not Trixie, with LilyDog, I installed this and I still had the same thing. And this is open box. That means there's nothing really working hard on it. So I figured out there's something wrong, maybe with the interface to the NVMe or whatsoever. There's something wrong. Since I installed Writecache, no more. No troubles. Nothing like that. So, because I had a little bit like the same happening here. Like a choking, right? I said, ooh, this is not good. So I would search for the into RAM. Then the choking is gone, of course, but it's not. And so I've got services on. I go in Writecache. And of course I have it enabled. Use system memory, of course. Flush on shutdown. Rotate on shutdown. Flush daily. So it's 3 o'clock, 45 in the morning. 03:45. It goes, and then it's doing it. And it's doing fine. So I've got no more trouble. So I can only say, I mean, you see, it looks simple. It looks fine to me because I know the first OpenMediaVaults, they looked weird. But it always worked. It always worked, and it is for free. And that's in my opinion, OpenMediaVault is the one which gives you the most option even possible. I don't think there's any system which does that. It gives you MDLDM, that means the Linux RAID system. It will give you merger FS with snap RAID. So it's very easy to set up. It's not, There's one thing I struggle with, and maybe that is when you set up snap RAID and you have the same hard drives, it doesn't show you the serial number that you can do it. So usually I try to put that as tags in, because if the hard drive goes down, you want to know which one it is. Right? Yeah. So not disk 1 or disk 2, this will not help you much. You need to know the physical hard drive, which one is it. And let's say this one doesn't have the function to tell you which hard drive is going ballistic, right? So, having said this, where was I? Yeah, and you have ZFS if you want to. I haven't installed it yet, but you can go in System, Plugins. Where are they? OMV Extras? No, Plugins. And then you go for look, it has tons of stuff I don't even have here. ZFS. Now you can install. There is a combined file system, blah, blah, blah. You click on this and it installed it, but I don't want it. I don't want to have to load on it. Of course, as I said, I mean, look what drives I'm using here. I don't want to have ZFS running here. And I don't want to have a normal RAID system running here because, as I said, I want to get the spinning time down from all these drives. And the cheapest drives possible. These are the ones I have. Yeah, I never throw them away. They're still running. Fine by me. And I have another few 8 terabyte drives. They have CRC errors, which could be, I mean, they're old too, I must say, but CRC errors are coming usually from SATA cable, from bad connection. When your cable is not right, that's how you get CRC errors. So I will play around with them too. Would I put live data on, which I really need? No. ISO files can go on it, because if they go down, I can reinstall them, or I can run my ISO torrent, right? I can run it on a drive like this, because that's permanent running. So that would be a nice idea. ISO for torrent would also be good on a solid state drive, because it's written once and gets downloaded quite a few years. Yeah, if it's a Ubuntu based distro, then it is good for 4 years. So we don't do much read and write, not much writing on it on SSD. So having said this, I think this is not pretty long. I don't even know how long it is. Man, an hour. All right, I hope it was at least entertaining, that you had a good time, that you feel encouraged, that you're in a good mood, and that you're ready for the weekend, and maybe try something out. And look at this. I mean, this is you can use any old PC. You can use absolute whatever you want. That's the beauty here on Linux, BSD. There are no forcing you to buy this and have this, minimum that. It goes in that direction because it's all wanted that way, not from the developers, right? So having said this, I think I call it off now. I can't do anything on this situation here for now until my wife is back to work, because that's why I couldn't make any videos. There has to be fighting going on and screwing up days. I don't fight, I don't care, I don't do these things. I just go out and enjoy my day. I'm not having it. Life is too short for things like that. There was a video out where you could hear in the background, wow, 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 wow. She came inside. That video is still out. I forgot which one it was, and I don't really care. So, having said this is this, and everything is working just all right. So, where do they have services? Compose, I call it. That's the one you have to install. And then files, that's kind of weird. That's how I got Portena. I just went into files, add from example, then I looked for Portena, and it showed me two. Yeah, Portena, and Portena agent, and from OMV extras. I just installed Portena. Agent is the thing where, I mean, they all work the same in my opinion, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'd got home. Sadly, none of them puts Unbound in. And I think Unbound is not here too either. Unbound. No. But you can get Pi-hole, which is nice too. There's Pi-hole or AdGuard. Right, AdGuard looks the same thing. AdGuard, AdBlocker. Okay, that's not the home thing. That's the home thing, and AdGuard sync. That is when you use two. Yeah, if you have redundancy. Then you just think that you don't have to do it everywhere. I did that too. I've used that before. So in the moment I've got OpenSense. But it runs, as you can imagine, on a mini PC with a solid state drive. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I mean, it's solid state is reading, right? It's not writing much. And I have my home rock solid locked in here. Roku can't do any updates. Everything is blocked. My wife can't check her Microsoft email because Microsoft doesn't have to go in my house here. Not at all. I let her have Facebook and stuff, but I'm not using it. So I have an old device where stuff is running, but I think the time comes when you have to cut that really off. Google goes crazy too with their Android phone. So Graphen OS is nice. You can use Linux phones, yeah, all these kind of things. They work just fine. Get a server, try Linux distributions, enjoy your life, have a good time, and yeah, this is really, this I have to look into it. This is just, I don't know really. I don't know what it does. Clients connect over SSH. Oh, okay, so you can put it. I don't know. I would say something wrong. I'm not saying yet. All right, UPS. You see, got everything available. I haven't switched it on UPS. As I said, it's my little mini PC. It doesn't take anything. So, yeah, I installed reset permissions. You need it. Trust me. Yeah, no, you all do it right. There comes a time when you have to push it. But you have it. It's all available. It's all there. Wati is your terminal, right? So you can open a window. It's very, very nice. Yeah, so I know I was just talking OpenMediaVault. Maybe I'll call it only OpenMediaVault introduction or something. Even though I haven't really introduced it, but step by step. I think when we do things, when I continue doing things, I make a video. And I use some of the script things, which someday soon used, because they're just really nice. You want to shut down your Dockers before you pick it up. And it goes quick. And as I said, I can't even explain. I remember when I saw BorgBackup plugin the first time in my life, I said, oh dear me, this is so bad, this is so complicated, oh, how can you do this? Because it doesn't tell you much, you know. When you look in Vorta, this is called source, compact is compacting, and purge and compact goes together. Do you have to do this after every update? Absolutely not. Yeah? And I think here they have the option to check for 10%, and then it does it. Yeah, okay, that's all right to me. So compacting is when you deleted something and you make a backup. After a while, you have to compact it because it's not getting smaller just because you took that out. So it is kind of rearranging that thing, everything, compacting it, literally. So, all right, that is that. That's now an hour. That's a long video, guys, isn't it? So enjoy it, because I'll go camping next week. So I will be out on Tuesday and come back Friday night. So there's definitely no video before Sunday or Monday. I tried to make 3, but as the fighting goes on here in this house, I just can't. I can't have a few mere moments and minutes to go down on my computer doing things. I mean, I did this, right? Was not what I wanted to do, but I like doing it. It's just, I'm very happy I did. And I can only recommend it. Try it out. You will be not disappointed. And it is for free. And I would call it the most flexible media or server, not just a media server, it's the most flexible server you can get, in my opinion. It is. I'm rule number 1 here, so now you know. Okay, I'll cut it off now. I have to call it a night, a day. It is just, what do we have here? 1550, something like that. Yeah, 1549. Have a good day, have a good time. I hope you liked that video. Check out, I'll put that link in the description someday soon. Right, when you go on his website, you can click on the YouTube channel, then you have his channel. There might be lots of stuff you might be not interested in, if you don't have a motorbike and not motorbike rider, but check his self-hosting videos, and especially the ones for OMV. If this is too complicated, don't you worry, I will make easy things, because I'm the click guy, right? I make it copy, paste, and click. That's what I do here, to make it easy. This is meant to make people's life easy. Yeah, I learned a lot from people. I got it for free, and I give it for free. That's just how it is. All right, guys, 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute. Have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye.